Alright, Shalom Akim. I'd like to say Kahalal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, right? Double honors the apostles and elders of great millstone and rule well, and peace and salutation to the Akim around the world that pushes truth and sincerity. I like to label this what's written for our learning, right? Slash guide to righteousness. Correct, and truly these scriptures is what is teach you and guide you along a righteous path. Do you understand? These are the things that the Lord gave unto Moses and the other prophets to give unto us to guide us of how to be and what we should and shouldn't do. You understand? I like how these other organizations just teach, like Jehovah's Witness. They just tell you that it's just the two laws, and then you have to apply discernment to be able to do the rest of stuff. But the Lord actually give you detailed things on what to do and what not to do, how to please Him and how to live peaceably with your neighbor. And He also gave you good examples of what happened to people that didn't do these things. One of the best examples is us right now being slaves. You understand? So that shows you how these scriptures is a guide. Alright, I'll start with Romans 15 verse 4, right? It say, for whatsoever thing were written aforetime were written for our learning. So it had nothing happening in the past written in the scriptures being a coincidence. All the things that were written, even though you had to go back into the etymology and so forth to find out sometimes what was really said, these things were written for a reason. As you'll see people talk about, this thing not important, the color not important. They might talk about the 7 golden candlesticks not being important. You understand? Things that happened to men in the past because of things that they did was wrong or things that they didn't do that was supposed to do. All of these things were for a reason. You understand? The scripture is really what is guiding you along a righteous path. And is what is teach you what righteousness really is. Because when you go into righteousness, it goes into what? Being law-abiding. And they're talking about this law as in the law of the Most High. Right? It says, for whatsoever thing were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. That's how we even know to look forward to a kingdom to come. Right? It's second. I always get mixed up with 1 Timothy and 2 Timothy. I often get mixed up with that. Right? It says 2 Timothy 3. I'll start from 15, right? And that from a child thou hast known the Holy Scripture, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation. Or make you wise unto salvation because it will teach you righteousness. It will teach you what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. It wouldn't just tell you to follow two things and just use your feelings to tell you how to go about doing the rest of stuff. A man sleeping with a man, I don't feel that right. That is not how it does go. Because the scripture actually tell you that a man that lie with a man, that doesn't lie down in the same bed, but actually has sex with a man, supposed to kill them both. The scriptures give you guidelines on how to go about being righteous. Not just two laws and the rest, you just use your mind on what you feel like. No. Right? You see, which I'm able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Yahushua Mashiach. It also teaches you to have faith. It should teach you also. It's not just about works. So it has many things that scripture actually teach you how you're supposed to go about doing this. This is like your guidebook. Like when you go in a job and you get a little book, your orientation about things you should and shouldn't do. That is what the scripture is like. And when we go out on the streets today, we just be reading this manual to other people and following it ourselves. Right? It says all scripture is given by inspiration of power, right? And we believe that through faith. And is profitable for doctrine, right? For reproof, for correction, for instruction on righteousness. So this is what does instruct us, right? This is how this is the guideline that the Lord give us to instruct us on how to go about doing things. And when was it written? It was written aforetime. Before we even were born here in this lifetime, it was written so that we could read it and know how to go about doing these things. All right, I'll bring up one more scripture. No, it's not this one. It's 10. All right, Romans 10. I'll start from 2, right? It says, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of power, but not according to knowledge. And when I talk about not according to knowledge, they mean by the actual knowledge of the Lord, how He wants things to be done. Because like I talk about this book being like a manual. You understand? This is what is teach you on how to go about doing what is pleasing to the Lord. And if you don't have this manual, you will just be moving off a guess. You understand? You'll be calling on the Lord of a guess. Even though this name was revealed unto the men of the Lord to teach the others, you understand? But all the other things that were actually written in the scriptures that the Lord is pleased in and displeased in, without this manual, you'll be moving by guess. You wouldn't know what to do or how to go about doing it. Right? That will show you how important these things that are written are. Right? It says, for they being ignorant of power's righteousness, right? And how we know about power's righteousness. For they being ignorant of power's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of power. So that scripture, and there are many other scriptures that show you similar things. How important this scripture is to actually learn and follow. Now we know it have complications pertaining to, certain things that men might think still apply and would not apply, and what is supposed to and not supposed to do. Because as the scriptures talk about, you have to be taught, right? When it comes to things like faith and certain breakdowns. But this scripture itself is really our guide, right? Understand? Through the Spirit. It's our guide to actually know what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. That way you're supposed to be mingling this word as much as possible. Right? And with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash, that belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone at Rubel, and peace and salutation to the Akim around the world that pushes through the sincerity. This is Yahweh from Trinidad, GMS East Camp, saying Shalom, Akim, stay strong.